It's a bright blue day in Georgia, but bitter cold. The temperature is 29 degrees. And that fact, plus a big wind, has helped hold down the crowd for the 16th annual Peach Bowl, featuring the Tar Heels of North Carolina against the Seminoles of Florida State, meeting for the first time ever. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy holidays to you. I'm Vern Lundquist, along with Steve Davis. Steve, North Carolina has established a tradition of great running backs, and they've got 2 more this year.
Well, when you consider that there were only 22 players in college football that rushed for over 1,000 yards, and that Carolina had 2 of them, 2 fine players, Ethan Horton and Tyrone Anthony, really represent what Dick Crum wants in an offense. They want ball control and consistency and execution. They give it to them. When they're on defense, they've got a dominating player in William Fuller, be wearing number 95, probably will be a first-round draft pick, an outstanding player.
Coach Bobby Bowden has pulled a bit of a surprise for Florida State. They are starting a young sophomore at quarterback, Eric Thomas. It's the first time in his career he will start a game for Florida State.
Realize that the Mazda RX-7 didn't become a legend merely because of the turbine-like flow of its rotary engine, its slippery aerodynamics, or its impressive list of standard features. The RX-7's success is largely due to its outstanding value, but even more to its outstanding performance. The more you look, the more you like.
If you're a smoker, inside this little can is a legitimate alternative. Introducing Skoal Bandits, an individual portion of wintergreen flavored tobacco in a neat, pre-moistened pouch. What you do is put one between your lip and gum. What you get is great tobacco taste without lighting up, and you can enjoy it wherever you are. If you're a smoker, try new Skoal Bandits. 20 pouches to a can. Take a pouch instead of a puff.
North Carolina against Florida State. First meeting ever between these 2 teams from Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Bright day. There is Chief Osceola and his horse Renegade, mascot of Florida State. The Seminoles 6-5. They had aspirations of perhaps even winning the championship of the country. Back in September, things went awry, and they lost a total of 4 games by 11 points to Tulane, Auburn, Pitt, and Miami, and then were thrashed by Florida in their last regular season game. For North Carolina, a 7-0 start again this year. And then they hit the skids, lost 3 consecutive games to Maryland, Clemson, and Virginia before rallying to defeat Duke in their final game to get into the Peach Bowl. North Carolina won the toss. They elected to take their option to open the second half. Florida State then had the choice, and they elected to receive. So it'll be North Carolina kicking off with the Florida State Seminoles. They will be going left to right. Officials for today from the Mid-American Conference. Referee is Dr. Larry Glass. The umpire, James Augustine. The line judge, Edward Peters. The line judge, Robert Whalen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've temporarily lost our line to the Peach Bowl. We'll resume just as soon as possible, so please stand by.
In just 3 games this year, gets his first start this afternoon. And they will highlight the talents of Greg Allen, 1,000 yards this season. He's just a junior. And Jesse Hester will be on the receiving end most times when they do go deep. Ouija Thompson is the other wide receiver. It'll be first down and 10. The backs are in the eye. 2 wide receivers to the right side. Pitch out Greg Allen on the toss sweep to the right. He turns the corner and gets a big gain out near midfield before Micah Moon, number 39, makes the tackle. Took a look at the backs and wide receivers. Offensive line, of course, we'll get to in a bit. Here's the defense.
The defensive line, William Fuller is the key player. Bobby Bowden says he is unblockable. There are the linebackers, Bill Shepard and Michael Moon, are the 2 key players on the inside that they really try to design their defense around. And there's the secondary, James Hendrickson.
First down, 10 after the 49-yard line of North Carolina. Hand off to the fullback, Cletus Jones, a sophomore, number 42 out of Miami. who took over the starting chores about 5 games ago when Cedric Jones, and again no relation, went out with an injury. Bill Shepard and Willie Harris made the stops. Let's give you that offensive line for Florida State. At left tackle, John Ionata. The left guard is Ricky Render. The center, perhaps the best of the bunch, is Tom McCormick. Jamie Dukes and Herbert Harp on the right side. And the tight end today is Pete Panton, number 96. He's playing in place of Tom Wheeler, who is out with an injury. Draw play, Allen. To the 37-yard line. Micah Moon, 39, makes the tackle.
Watch from the linebacker's perspective now. This is a play we'll see a lot of to Greg Allen. It's a cross blocking inside, and the hole opens up. Good open by Ionota, number 77, the tackle on the left side.
Allen has 23 yards and 2 carries and gets a rest, and they have brought in Roosevelt Snipes, number 20, sophomore running back, transferred from Coffeyville Junior College, Kansas. He's the back in the eye. Cletus Jones, the fullback. It's 1st and 10. Roosevelt Snipes. He's a little faster than Greg Allen, if you can imagine that. And the sophomore picks up a quick 9. Florida State really is on the move, Steve.
One of the things that's kind of interesting, I think, is that Bobby Bowden all week has downplayed the fact of their running game a little bit and said, we cannot go against this quick North Carolina defense. We just can't run the ball at them. And yet he told us privately last night that that was exactly what they're going to try to do, put the pressure on Carolina early.
Down and 1. Florida State flip to the right side. Here's the option play. The fullback gets the give. That's the first of the double option they run. We had a chance to talk with Dick Crum, the North Carolina coach, and asked what he must do defensively to stop the FSU offense.
When they have the ball, they will pose a twofold problem for us. One, their option game is extremely efficient, and we will have to be very, very disciplined in the way we handle it. Their new quarterback is an option quarterback and runs the ball very well. Their passing game is a little deeper than what we normally see, and as a result, we'll probably have to play with 5 defensive backs.
Greg Allen back in the lineup. Fumble. He's had problems with that all year long. But this time, I think Florida State has recovered. Matter of fact, Steve, Bobby Bowden told us last week they worked 4 straight days in practice, going back to the basics as Jamie Dukes recovers the fumble on Greg Allen, just trying to get him to hold on to the ball.
One of the things about him is that because he is such a great runner, he has excellent field vision. He sees the field, so he runs a little bit higher than normal. And generally when he's fumbling because of trying to get extra yardage effort. And that's been a problem, so they have gone back to the basics, trying to protect the football. 31
yards on 3 carries already for Greg Allen. Dennis Barron has come in at nose guard now for North Carolina, wearing number 92. This is the fullback, Cletus Jones. And that should be enough to move the chains inside the 15-yard line. Micah Moon and Jeff Blaylock on the tackle.
We talked about Eric Thomas, the starting quarterback today. This is his first start as a quarterback. And one of the things that he needs to do in this first drive, as he's doing, control the ball. Don't try to feel the pressure. Don't create more pressure on yourself than is normally necessary. Just go about your business, hand the ball off, make sure you get the play call properly, and gain some confidence. He's done very well in this first drive.
He's a young man from Lake Park, Georgia, Lowndes County High School, actually in Valdosta, Georgia. 1st and 10, Florida State. Roosevelt, Greg Allen again. This time the door is closed on him, and it is done so by William Fuller, the All-American defensive end, number 95. So there are 2 All-Americans making contact for the first time this afternoon.
Greg Allen is known for his tremendous cutback ability. That time he cut back when there was not anything to cut back to. You don't want to concentrate on every time looking for that little seam. The block is designed outside, the play is outside. Take the outside and let the natural cutback create itself. Don't try to make it happen.
No score in the game. Florida State threatens. They've got a 2nd down 11 at the 16. These are in the eye. Thomas, he'll throw it deep for Richie Thompson. Caught. Touchdown. That's the 4th touchdown catch this year for the 6'6" former Wishbone quarterback.
What happened? Carolina had an outside blitz. You saw him right there. It looked like Larry James blitz. So you got single coverage in the secondary. So the quarterback, Thomas, comes down the line just like an option, puts the ball up, completion for the touch.
Philip Hall is on to try the extra point. This has been a problem area for Florida State, but it's up and good. So an outstanding drive engineered by Eric Thomas. He gets a 16-yard touchdown toss to his senior wide receiver, Luigi Thompson.
There's a lot of low-priced trucks out there, but this one's the best truck value. Mazda B2000 Sundowner. At $57.95, it's the only economy truck with a 5-speed, steel-belted radials, tinted glass, and full carpeting, all standard, which also happens to make it the lowest-priced truck in America with all that standard equipment.
Sakes alive! Sakes alive! Sakes alive! Sakes alive! Mazda's got the best truck value for just $57.95. Sakes alive!
If you've got what it takes and really care, there's a special kind of life you'll want to share. Serving your country is a special call. It's good for you, it's good for all. Not all who try fit the bill. It calls for brains, it calls for skill in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. High-tech and the services go hand in hand. A whole new world, you're in demand. In the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. You'll move up, you'll feel proud. You'll stand out above the crowd. In the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. But most of all, you'll earn the respect of the people and country you're there to protect. In the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. It's a great place to start.
It's CBS's Happy New Year America with your host, Andy Williams. Join Michelle Lee, Janie Fricky, Al Jarreau, Ricky Skaggs, the Pointer Sisters, and more Saturday.
The advantage of being a team that does not see the option play very much is right here. Florida State takes advantage of it. North Carolina's not ready. They're blitzing inside. One-on-one coverage to Luigi Thompson right there in the deep of the end zone. North Carolina has only seen the option play all year against Clemson and South Carolina. Eric Thomas showed tremendous poise in his first drive as a starting quarterback.
That's only his 9th pass he's attempted this year. 9th pass. He's 4 for 9 for the season. As we said, he has played in only 3 games. Barry Barco, number 7, getting ready to kick off. He's a freshman from Orange Park, Florida. Tyrone Anthony, one of the deep men. And here's the toss. It'll be taken by Tyrone Anthony. Fumbles the ball. Now he is in jail. Ulysses Robertson makes the tackle. Let's take a look at the North Carolina offense. Scott Stankiewicz is the quarterback, James Jones, but the key is Tyrone Anthony. He's one of the 2,000-yard tailbacks. He will alternate this afternoon with a junior, Ethan Horton, who's 6'4", 220. And up front, they've got a huge tank at left tackle. He weighs 305, number 60, Brian Blados. From the 8-yard line, first down and 10. That last drive for Florida State, 9 plays, 62 yards for the touchdown. Anthony to the 10. He's a 6'1" senior from Bathtown, North Carolina. And let's look at the Florida State defense.
The defense is going to have a job today. Alfonso Carricker, number 76, is the key player in the defensive line. Williams and Ponder. Then the linebackers. Kenny Rowe is the leading tackler of Florida State. And then in the secondary, Brian McCrary is the senior with 5 interceptions.
North Carolina will go with a double tight end set now. David Truitt, number 82, has come in as an extra tight end. Wide receivers left and right. Second down and 8. That's Truitt in motion, the old Jayhawk play. I first saw that in the Super Bowl in '75. Pittsburgh ran it against the Cowboys, and now many teams around the National Football League and in NCAA football have adopted that. Send that tight end in motion. Bobby Bowden, 53 years of age. One of the most likable and highly respected coaches in college football. The same goes for Dick Crum, who's now in his 6th year at North Carolina. Third down, 2. Anthony. No. So what has been a problem for Florida State becomes a definite plus on this first drive. They hold. Henry Taylor was a part of the tackle. North Carolina will have to punt. Tommy Barnhart comes on to punt for the first time today. He's averaging 39.6. Jesse Hester, number 4, back to returning. Good field position at the 46-yard line. It's a small crowd, but it's enthusiastic. They're trying to keep warm in Atlanta, and Florida State has turned the heat up.
I just got a sporty truck priced like some base trucks, the Mazda B2000 SE5. Look, it comes standard with a 5-speed overdrive, steel-belted radials and spoker wheels, sporty stripes, a step bumper, even dual sport mirrors. Pretty sporty for just $59.95.
Sakes alive, sakes alive. Only Mazda's got a sporty truck with just $59.95. Sakes alive.
What do you mean our company's not protected?
On vacation? Forget about business for a while.
Hi, sir.
Nationwide Business Insurance, with its flexibility, convenient payment plans, and good service, can help protect you from a lot of insurance problems that can spoil vacations. Whether your business is big or small, Nationwide doesn't miss much. So when you're on vacation, you won't either.
What was so important?
Nationwide is on your side.
Hi, everybody. I'm Frank Lieber. And I'm Dick Vermeil. Wishing you the happiest of holiday seasons from all of us at CBS Sports.
And a very safe one as well.
Along with Frank and Dick, Steve and I would like to wish all of you the happiest of holidays in this holiday season. 7-0 Florida State has the lead, and they also have the ball for the second time at their own 46-yard line. Eric Thomas led his high school team to the state championship here in Georgia. There's the give to the fullback, Cletus Jones, a sophomore from Miami. Jones came in with only 170 yards rushing for the season, but has been an active participant early on this afternoon, a sophomore from Miami. There's Cletus. He was a linebacker a year ago, and then they made the switch in spring drills to the fullback position, and it paid dividends when Cedric Jones went down. He's got 16 yards on 4 carries, second down and 4. The option play with Thomas and Greg Allen. They attack the perimeter of the North Carolina defense, which may be the most susceptible aspect of that defense, Steve.
And also, I think it's going to be a long day for North Carolina if that's how they're going to try to stop the option play. Again, as I said earlier, Carolina has only played against South Carolina, Clemson, that ran the option play, and it is nothing like you can't prepare for it in a week. And they really have been expected Bob Davis to start. They really thought that was kind of a political move, that Eric Thomas was going to start, so they're not as well prepared for the option play.
Fullback gets the handoff this time, and Ronnie Snipes, the nose guard, number 62, is there to put the stop to that. Greg Allen now has 48 yards on 5 carries, and Cletus Jones has carried 5 times for 19 yards. It has been thus far an unstoppable Florida State offensive ground game.
I asked Bobby Bowden last night what he perceives kind of the offense he wants to run. He wants to run kind of a Nebraska-type style, be able to have the pocket pass and yet run the option play.
Second down, 8. Thomas, first down. That's what he gives them that Bob Davis does not.
Exactly. And I really, you look at it, people that know football, defensively, for your preparation time for every game, you prefer a team either be a passing or running team, but to come out and run the option play against you causes your outside linebackers to have to concentrate on 2 phases of the game, the run support and the pass drops, and it's very difficult, and that's why the outside linebacker is going to be tested by Florida State today.
First down, 10, 7-0, Florida State leads. Blitz is coming. He gets rid of it, caught by Weegie Thompson. Touchdown! What a play by Thomas to get rid of the ball. And Weegie Thompson, who was a quarterback here at Florida State until last year, gets his second catch of the day. The name is Willis Thompson Jr., and his father was called Weegie by a younger brother who couldn't pronounce Willis, and it stuck. And Weegie says he's been Weegie since birth.
A little bit of delay in the game right now. The official, right as Weegie went into the end zone, an official was knocked down, so that's why the delay. Really, again, they went blitz coverage that time. Walter Black, number 11, blitz from the outside. You had single coverage on the outside, and Weegie was able, without jumping, with his 6'6" ability to get the football.
Eric Thomas is 2 for 2. Weege Thompson has caught them both, and it's 13-0. With 7:05 to go, first quarter. Kurt Coker is the new holder for Florida State. First game he has held, he does so well, and Philip Hall gets an extra point.
From the outside, you may see Walter Black, number 11. Watch the poise of Eric Thomas, the fake. You get motion all the way. There's a blitz right there, but watch the effort of the quarterback Thomas to throw it, and Weege uses jumping ability, and their single-man coverage. They don't come up on him and make the play. That was Steve Hendrickson, number 5, the free safety that was out of position.
So Florida State drives 54 yards in 5 plays, and they have assumed a 14-0 lead.
In a short while, there'll be a big dinner party here. Plenty of food and drink and music. As the party goes on, some of those partygoers won't be feeling so well. Whether it's heartburn, upset stomach, even diarrhea, they can all take one remarkable medicine for relief, Pepto-Bismol. As it coats, Pepto-Bismol relieves what's wrong, relieves it, then leaves a protective coating behind. Pepto-Bismol. For most common stomach discomforts, the one that coats is the only one you need.
Who puts the ooh in shampoo?
Prell does, that's who.
Yeah, Prell puts the ooh in shampoo.
Rich formula Prell gives you special silkeners you can actually feel while you shampoo. And hair that feels rich and thick and terrific after. Prell puts the ooh in shampoo. Ooh. Puts it in a special formula for dry hair, too.
Yeah, Prell puts the ooh in shampoo.
Tonight, college basketball. Patrick Ewing and the highly ranked Georgetown Hoyas will try to put the brakes on the Running Rebels of Nevada, Las Vegas tonight on CBS Sports.
Gary Bender and Billy Packer out in Las Vegas for that game. Georgetown and Nevada, Las Vegas. Pat Ewing and John Thompson go into that city tonight to take on the Running Rebels, Jerry Tarkanian. 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central tonight as Barry Barco gets set to kick off for the second time. Tyrone Anthony and William Humes are the deep men. This is Humes, who's a freshman from Asheville, North Carolina. To the 35-yard line. Fred Jones downfield to make the tackle. Things have not gone well for the Tar Heels so far.
2 touchdowns not going to win this game.
But they've got decent field position for the first time. 18-yard pass, Thomas to Thompson. And it took only a minute 50.
North Carolina felt like when they came into the football game, they wanted to control the ball, just be patient and execute, and then control the line of scrimmage. And they've not done either one the early part of the quarter.
Stan Cabbage will hand it off right side to Tyrone Anthony. Door is closed rather quickly. Alfonso Carricker, number 76, was one of them. David Ponder, number 85. And they're going without a huddle. It's a no-huddle offense now, and they are back at the line of scrimmage. It's a new wrinkle. Stan Cabbage calls the play at the line. Into the flat. Caught by Ethan Horton, who had taken Anthony's place. And that's enough for the first North Carolina first down. Alfonso Carricker made the tackle.
The reason for the no huddle, they feel like that if Florida State does not have time to make adjustments, that they get more conservative. They don't take chances. They can't move around. And so they're trying to get the tempo away from Florida State.
They go without the huddle for the second time. Stan Cabbage, the senior quarterback, in his first full year as a starter. Hand off, a flag is down. Tyrone Anthony.
Florida State really makes a lot of movement. They try to make adjustments, and they align a myriad of different ways on the field. And what North Carolina is trying to do is try to get them off tempo, try to make them more conservative, where North Carolina can truly get on offense and play offensive football. Normally, Florida State likes to get in a position where they can kind of play offensive defense, try to put you on the defense. And that's what they're trying to do right now.
Interesting switch, as North Carolina had both Anthony and Horton in the backfield on that last play. But the option resting with Florida State, and they'll take the 5-yard penalty.
Illegal motion on the offense. First down.
First down, 15. North Carolina in their 11th bowl game in the last 14 years. Stan Cabbage is a senior from Furlong, Pennsylvania, has had a roller coaster career at NC. In and out of the lineup for Rod Elkins for his first 3 years, and then became starter for the full season this year. In trouble. Now he's not. Gets about 3 back to the 48-yard line. The tackle is made by John McLean, number 86. I suppose the most dismal day of his life, Stan Cabbage we're talking about, came November 7th of 81 in that ballyhooed showdown with Clemson. Elkins was hurt. He came in as a sophomore to start and just had a terrible time of it as North Carolina lost 10-8.
One of the things that coaches say about Scott is the fact that he's been probably his worst enemy. In a conference that had players like Ben Bennett, Gary Schofield of Wake Forest, Boomer Esiason, you start getting away from your offense. You want to throw the ball like everybody else. You see their statistics, and it worked against him. You've got to be patient and run your offense and not somebody else's.
Second down, 12. It'll be 3rd and 10. Florida State has had defensive problems all year long, and they were quite concerned today. We asked Bobby Bowden how he would stop North Carolina.
Defensively, the first thing we've got to do to beat North Carolina is stop those 2 tailbacks of theirs. Both of them have gained 1,000 yards apiece this year. Now, if you can stop the tailbacks, or if you slow them down, then their quarterback, who's kind of on the sneaky side, will fake to them and roll outside and kill you throwing the football. So we got to stop the tailbacks first, then we got to stop Stan Cabbage throwing the football.
3rd down. Flex. There's a sneaky pass for a first down at the 36-yard line. Caught by Mark Smith, number 45. He's a senior from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Eric Riley, number 8, made the tackle. Eric Smith was with his 41st catch of the year. And so the Tar Heels are on the move. They've got a freshman they're redshirting at North Carolina who's a pretty fair quarterback named Mark May. Probably the most widely recruited high school senior quarterback a year ago. Has not played at all this year. First down and 10. Counter option. Stan Cabbage will keep it to the 31. And Henry Taylor, the junior linebacker who wears number 58, made the tackle.
One of the things you can see here, very tight splits. This is the option play. North Carolina's not run it all year long. Scott Cabbage is not an experienced option quarterback. He did run a little bit in high school, but again, it puts Florida State on the pressure where those outside linebackers have to worry about the run. They just can't drop, turn their shoulders, and run for the pass zones.
Larry Griffin is wide to the right side. Smith is wide left, and second down and 3. 14-0 Florida State leads. Latter moments in the first quarter. 2-step drop. Left side, it's caught. Mark Smith makes the catch again.
One of the things that North Carolina is doing, Vern, is that they're really kind of bringing their splits between their offensive linemen down real tight. Normally, you've got 3 feet in between your linemen. North Carolina tightened down so that the Florida State people cannot control the gaps. They can't cut through, and it eliminates all the movement of that Florida State. They're trying to get Florida State to a base defensive look.
Ethan Horton has come into the lineup now, replacing Tyrone Anthony. It's first down and 10. Motion from Anthony. They're both in the lineup. Here's the pitch out to Horton to the 24-yard line. Tracy Ashley made the tackle, the cornerback, number 23. Horton was a wishbone quarterback in high school and stayed there until his sophomore year. When you're a quarterback running the option play, you've got to find out who's got the deep third, who's got the pitch man, and who's got the quarterback. That's what the quarterback Scott is doing. Stan Cabbage. We'll get it later, maybe. Second down, 7. Anthony in motion, and Stan Cabbage to throw. A flag is down. We had motion, I think, from Anthony on the near side. He makes the catch, and Ken Rowe nails him out of bounds. The linebacker, number 38. But that should be another motion call against North Carolina.
Talking about the option responsibilities, the quarterback just has to find out who he's got to pitch off of. They're going to isolate the down people inside, and he's got to know who he's got to maneuver against, and that's what the quarterback comes to the line of scrimmage doing. It's just like he does when he's going to throw the football. He's got to understand field responsibilities and who's got what.
Option resting with the Seminoles of Florida State. If you joined us late, Florida State got the opening kickoff and went 62 yards. Here's Dr. Larry Glass.
Illegal motion on the offense. Penalty decline. Third down.
That'll make it 3rd down and 7. Dick Crum bears a remarkable resemblance this afternoon to Dr. Richard Perry. Looks like we're heading for the Arctic. Third down. Triple I formation. Arnold Franklin, tight end. Now Mark Smith in motion, number 45. Blitz is coming. Good block. Stankiewicz gets rid of it left side. Incomplete at the 14-yard line. Tracy Ashley defending, and Mark Smith was the intended receiver.
Here's the blitz. Florida State taking some chances here, trying to get a big play defensively. Good outside pressure. Scott has to pull up a little sooner than he wanted to. Good man coverage outside. The ball really was a catchable ball by Mark Smith.
If there's an edge between these two teams in the kicking game, it goes to North Carolina. Brooks Barwick, the senior from Clinton, North Carolina, will try this field goal. He is 11 of 15 for the year, straight on kicker. Missed it. 11 of 16 for the year. So Barwick unsuccessful, the deepest thrust thus far by the Tar Heels. 2:03 to go in the first quarter.
It is the revelation of an automobile like none before. The new Mercedes-Benz 190 class. Surprisingly trim and lean and fast, a virtue enhanced by its aerodynamic architecture. It has the quickest reflexes of any Mercedes-Benz sedan. More than just a new automobile, it is a new class of automobile. The new Mercedes-Benz 190 class.
First, someone gets an idea. Then someone else may look at it differently. Even add a thought or two. Technology from a company called TRW helps ideas get around. Because getting an idea from one place to another is as important as getting an idea. Tomorrow is taking shape at a company called TRW.
This is Brian Blados, offensive tackle of the North Carolina Tar Heels. On behalf of the team, we'd like to thank the Peach Bowl for having us down here in Atlanta, and we'd like to wish you a Happy New Year.
I tell you, that's a 305-pound wink.
I tell you, I had more fun with him at the luncheon yesterday because he went on a diet. He was 307 at the beginning of the year, and he decided midterm the press was giving a lot of heat about it, so he's going to go on a diet. He was going to get down to 290. He's down to 305. I told him yesterday, I accused him he missed breakfast to get to 305.
First and 10. Florida State gets the ball back for the third time. They've scored both times they've had it. Thomas on the fake pitch. He'll keep it. Hit from behind and dropped. Out near the 33-yard line. Tackle made by William Fuller. And they've got the heaters on the sidelines. Neither team really that used to playing in the cold.
The skilled position players really have problems in this area because, one, the football gets extremely hard. The leather is doesn't give at all. The seams come at you. That's Mr. William Fuller right there. He was in pursuit of Eric Thomas, the quarterback, on the last play.
Second down, 6. Greg Allen. Roosevelt Snipes is in the lineup instead, and Snipes got the handoff, number 20. Snipes out of Coffeyville Junior College, and they produced a couple of other fair running backs in Ron Springs and Mike Rozier.
William Fuller, number 95, the tackle, is considered by Bobby Bowden virtually unblockable. What makes him so good? Right there. He gets off the block so quickly. He keeps the blocker out in front, and then he breaks to the tackle. He keeps the man out in front, uses his arms strength and his upper body strength, and makes the play.
He now lives at 6'4", 250. He's gained 30 pounds since he came to North Carolina. It'll be third down and 3. Backs are in the eye. Thomas still has it. Now the pitch back to Snipes. That's enough to move the chains as Butch Griffin, the outside linebacker, 83, made the tackle. Final 35 seconds of the first quarter. They stopped the clock while the chains are moved. Florida State, prior to this possession, had picked up 116 yards to a total of 55 for North Carolina. And almost all of it has been on the ground, but they've gone to the air twice, and both times have gotten touchdowns off of the arm of that man, Eric Thomas. Fullback, Cletus Jones. And that should be the final play of the first quarter. So Eric Thomas, a surprise starter. Kelly Lowry is out of this game with a knee injury. And Bob Davis apparently will not play because Thomas is going so well so far. And Florida State has a 14-0 lead. They have gone the length of the field twice. North Carolina missed a 43-yard field goal. So at the end of one, it's Florida State leading by 14.
The Motor Trend Car of the Year Award. The winner, Renault Alliance. And AMC Jeep Renault is celebrating with factory incentives to dealers. Now may be the best time to buy an Alliance or an all-new Encore. Plus factory-to-dealer incentives of up to $1,000 on Fuego Turbo. Get the buy of the year now through January 7th. And be sure to check out Jeep CJ and the all-new Jeep Cherokee. See your local AMC Jeep Renault dealer today.
In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell started a communications revolution.
Watson, come here.
I want you, Watson. Washington Willoughby Woodhall and Watson.
Good morning, Watson. Today, there's a new revolution from AT&T Information Systems.
Glad you could join us, Mr. Watson.
We still on for lunch, Watson?
Goodbye for now, Watson.
AT&T Information Systems.
To be better than the competition, it takes more than muscle. It takes skill. And Delta's crew of dedicated professionals work together to bring you a smooth flight on every flight. That's how Delta stands out. We push ourselves to the limit every day. To be a champion, it takes team spirit, and Delta is ready.
It is one of the most thriving metropolises in the country. Atlanta, Georgia, side of the Peach Bowl, the 16th annual Peach Bowl here on the next to last day of 1983. 29 degrees at kickoff. They sold 37,000 tickets for the game, and we've got fewer than that. Bobby Bowden a little chilly on the far side. He may accompany Dick Crum to the North Pole before the day is out. With Steve Davis on Vern Lundquist. Good to have you with us here on CBS. Here's Eric Thomas with that counter lead option. And he'll keep it. Runs it out of bounds. Aaron Jackson, number 81, who splits time at outside linebacker, made the tackle. Interesting, these two coaches, Bobby Bowden and Dick Crum, absolute proof that you have to go to a major football factory to become a successful coach, huh? Bobby Bowden graduated from Howard University. It is now Samford, and Dick Crum has his Bachelor of Science from Mount Union College. And a Master's of Science, rather, from Western Reserve. There's Bobby Bowden. Came here from West Virginia. Third down, 6. Thomas will throw for the third time. Looks like he wanted a screen. Oh, brother! Larry James, number 1, made a heck of a hit on Roosevelt Snipes. And Florida State will have to punt.
That'll clear the cobwebs out of your brain.
Oh,
what? The play really didn't develop at all. It was not anything. They did want a screen play, so Thomas had to get outside, and right there's the hit by Larry James. Hello.
Lewis Berry on to punt for the first time. He's a freshman from Panama City, Florida, with an average of 42.2. Little pressure is on. A great kick. Walter Black backs up at the 10-yard line. Lets it go, and it'll go into the end zone and come out to the 20 after the touchback. That's a 56-yard punt for the freshman Lewis Berry. The first time he has put his foot into the ball today, and he's quite successful at
it. The line. The hood line is low for less wind resistance and more visibility. The roof line is long for more headroom and usable space. The outline is aerodynamic for more performance. The new line of Civic hatchbacks from Honda. The line is drawn for the future.
One computer company has been shaping the way business does business for 99 years, NCR. Today, NCR High Technology puts computer power where business needs it most. Computer power that helps shoppers check out faster as it controls a supermarket's inventory. Computer power to provide banking services 24 hours every day. NCR, shaping the way business does business.
The unbeaten and second-ranked Texas Longhorns will try to keep their national title hopes alive when they play the once-beaten Georgia Bulldogs in the Cotton Bowl Monday on CBS Sports.
The forte of Lawrence William Fuller, number 95, is his tremendous quickness, 4.6 speed. Watch him react to the development of the screenplay. He takes on the blocker. He senses. He keeps his effort outside, keeps the quarterback inside of him and right in his face. Perfect execution of what it takes to put pressure on a quarterback. William Fuller, an All-American football player and probably a first-round draft pick.
They've had some great defensive players here. Lawrence Taylor, the most recent.
The reason I started to say, I always called him Lawrence Fuller, and the reason is they call him a Lawrence Taylor in a down position. Lawrence plays, obviously, for the New York Giants.
You know what his nickname is, Fuller's? Pig.
I would call him.
I don't know who the first guy was that called him that, but
he's
he was
not around.
Unwise. Tyrone Anthony gets the handoff, and he's out to the 30-yard line with a 10-yard gallop. Anthony started out very, very slowly this year, but then came on with a huge flourish. Had over 200 yards against Duke and finished with 1,070 yards and 7 touchdowns this season. North Carolina has had a running back in excess of 1,000 for each of the last 10 years. Double tight end set. First down and 10. Anthony again. He weighs in. Oh, look at the gang tackling by Florida State. Excellent pursuit.
Dick Crum really is considered an excellent defensive mind. Offensively, he really runs a rather conservative style. It's been an offense that he has always had a great back or an eye back that's been able to run the football, but he wants to run it with execution. He wants to be patient. He'll go play after play at the same play and be patient with his offense, and that's why Carolina has been so effective. They've had problems this year because of mistakes and turnovers.
Second down. 7. Cabbage puts it out on the left side, and it's incomplete. Eric Riley defending on Mark Smith as Renegade and Chief Osceola bask in the sunshine. I don't guess the horse is as cold as we are.
Well, it is a little chilly.
You've got to be a horse.
You got to be a horse and a half.
Stan Cabbage has now thrown 6 times and completed 4. The total offense, 136 for Florida State and 67 for North Carolina.
Florida State had 99 yards of rushing yards in the first quarter.
Stan Cabbage with a play-action pass going deep into double coverage. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down, and North Carolina will have to punt the ball away. Larry Griffin was the intended receiver. Stan Cabbage in his 20 starts in North Carolina has won 15 and lost 5. So he has been a very effective quarterback, despite some inconsistent games. Jesse Hester is the deep man to return the punt now of Tom Barnhart, junior from China Grove, North Carolina. Great kick. Hester over the shoulder at the 7-yard line. He's got 4.4 speed. Let's see if he can use it. Nope. Carl Carr, number 58. Hurried downfield and made the tackle. Florida State has got it, but it's only at their own 7.
The Honda Accord LX 4-door sedan. It comes with a long list of standard equipment. Cruise control, air conditioning, a sophisticated stereo, a lighted mirror, power door locks and windows. The Accord LX has everything. Almost. The yacht is optional.
First, we proved Kendall Motor Oil protects even gold-plated piston rings. Now, we've made it easier to use with a Kendall plastic funnel-fill quart bottle. Easy to open, easy to pour. This special ribbed neck means no spills, no waste, no mess. Kendall in plastic funnel-fill quarts. For protection worth its weight in gold.
Coming up Monday on CBS Sports, the Cotton Bowl from Dallas, Texas, with that great defensive unit headed by free-spirited Jeff Lighting against the Georgia Bulldogs. I guess Jeff will play. He is a free spirit. Out of Tulsa,
out of
your hometown. Jeff got into a bit of a hassle at local night spot in Greenville Avenue in Dallas the other night, but he'll play. That's coming up Monday. Here's the pitch out to Greg Allen. And they get it out to the 10-yard line. Texas ranked number 2 in the country, of course, and Georgia Bulldogs 9-1-1 for the year.
Let's watch linebacker Bill Shepard, number 23. The offense, the defensive design is for the linebackers to make the tackles. This time he gets a double team. You're not going to make a whole lot of tackles. Florida State trying to get the runner, breaking past Shepard, but they're double teaming the linebacker that time. A little problem for Mr. Shepard. He's the number 1 tackler on Carolina football team.
For the season, Carolina has been giving up only 136 yards per game on the ground. And Florida State has run well on them so far. Here's the fullback again, Cletus Jones. He's got to love this option game because he's getting a lot more carries than he did out of the eye.
Makes a lot of difference. It really does. Now, let's watch the other linebacker, Micah Moon, number 39. Let's see what happens this time. He's breaking down the option play. He's got outside. He's going to make sure that the play, if it goes outside, that he's got to get there, but he's got to check that fullback. And there's a lot more pressure on the linebackers inside and outside than stopping the option, because if it goes to short man inside, then that inside linebacker's got to make the play. If it gets outside, and the outside man's got to be on the fly.
3rd down and 4. Thomas in the play fake. Tipped away, almost intercepted. Larry James, number 1. Knocked it away from the intended receiver, Weegee Thompson. So for the second time, North Carolina is held. Now there is a flag down back near the line of scrimmage. And here's Dr. Larry Glass. Roughing the passer. North Carolina has not held. That's Carl Carr, number 58, who's in the lineup.
I asked Dick Crum yesterday, what's been the problem with this football team this year? Why weren't the expectations realized? He said a couple of things. Inability to create turnovers, and they haven't been able to make the difference in the sudden change when they had an offensive play.
Here's the call.
Roughing the passer on the defense. 1st down.
Watch the middle of the screen on the bottom right there. The effort. Oh, that's one way to... There's the penalty. You saw it right at the end. Here's Micah Moon. This is one way to keep a player from going by you. Kind of just give him a shove or kind of grab him a little bit, Micah.
1st down 10. Florida State at the 28. They lead 14-0. Greg Allen gets the handoff. Look at him break tackles. That is really his biggest attribute other than speed. He's a slashing type runner. Dennis Barrett finally made the stop. Allen got that terrific start as a freshman when he rushed for 202 yards in his first game, and then 322 against East Carolina in his second game.
Boy, don't you like the way these coaches lie to each other? Bobby Bowden says, we cannot run the football and win this ball game. And that's the first quarter, that's all he's done. They lie to us all the time.
Greg Allen has one more year left. Second down and 3. The fullback gets it, Cletus Jones, sophomore out of Miami. And it's going to be close for the first down. Dennis Barron, the nose guard, number 92, and Aaron Jackson, number 81, made the tackle.
When you have not seen or practiced against the option play like North Carolina, you cannot get a picture in practice because, one, you don't run your own offense. So your quarterbacks, your redshirt quarterbacks and backs, they don't have an understanding of it. It's very difficult to get a picture of the option play. That's why it's so good that Florida State's running the option play against North Carolina today.
3rd and 1. Jones. No, Thomas still has it. Caught me, but he's got the first down at the 41. Dennis Barron with the tackle.
Now they're those new Burt Reynolds pants.
Hey, that's right. Those are new uniform pants that the team has. And they were purchased by Burt Reynolds. He a Florida State alum, and he watched the game on television, the Florida State. Called Bobby Bowden. He said, the pants look awful.
He said, I hate those pants.
Bobby said, what about the team? He said, yeah, the team does too, but the pants look awful. I'm going to get you some new ones. They were thrashed by Florida, 53-14. So those are the new
Burt Reynolds pants.
Burt Reynolds pants. I started to say disco pants.
That doesn't fit first image.
No, not at all. William Fuller makes the tackle on Greg Allen. Jack Nicklaus's son, Steve, is a wide receiver for Florida State, since we're talking about names in sports and entertainment. And Jack and his wife were going to make the trip up here today. I don't know whether it was the weather that kept them away, but they decided not to come, and they gave the 18 tickets they had purchased to the Atlanta Boy Scouts. So I think there are probably 18 Boy Scouts who are here today, courtesy of the Nicholas family. Roosevelt Snipes back in a tailback, 2nd down and 8. Cletus Jones again. By the way, we probably will not see Steve Nicholas play today. He injured an ankle in practice late last week and then re-injured it again this week, which may have had more to do with the fact that Jack and Barber didn't come to the game. Cletus Jones has carried 9 times for 28 yards. He has been the most active ball carrier so far. And he'll get a rest now on 3rd down and 6. Chuck Wells, freshman number 44, comes in. 5 defensive backs in for North Carolina. They blitzed a little bit on 3rd down. See what they've got in mind. They're coming. Eric Thomas gets a great block from his fullback. He's going deep into zone coverage, and it's incomplete. Intended for Weegie Thompson, the 6'6" senior wide receiver, who has caught 2 touchdown passes today. And Lewis Berry comes on to punt for the 2nd time. If you just joined us on this Friday afternoon, Florida State scored the first 2 times they had the football. They went in excess of 50 yards both times. Lewis Berry on the kick. He had a 56-yard effort last time. Both touchdowns came on passes. Almost blocked. And Walter Black grabs it, fumbles it, muffs it. Still wrestling. Sam Restivo is down there, and if Florida State comes up with it, he will be the man on the ball. Give the credit to Sam Restivo. He's one of the out-of-state youngsters. He comes from New York. Jamestown, New York. And he made the recovery at the 16. And the Tar Heels may be digging themselves a hole out of which they cannot climb if they fall behind by 21.
Kicking game in games like this, when it's extremely inclement, you've got to concentrate on little things and make sure you secure the football. The ball is extremely hard coming down at you right now. You don't have a lot of give in the football. So that's why the turnover.
Roosevelt Snipes. He is back in a tailback. They give it to Eric Thomas. Boy, he isn't dead. He looks like Steve Davis.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Oh, I'll hear about that one. Watch Thomas, the quarterback. What you want to do is get that defense running with you. String them out. Then all of a sudden, his eyes move, his head moves. He sees a little seam. He cuts inside, and now you got them turned with their shoulders turned, and they can't get a good lick on you. So that's what you try to do as an option quarterback. And Eric did it quite well, just like old Steve Davis used to do.
Back in the 70s when he led Oklahoma to a 32-1-1 record. Up the middle to fullback to the 5-yard line. Cletus Jones, Aaron Jackson, number 81, makes the tackle. I think in all fairness, we ought to mention the fact that there is a Nicklaus playing at North Carolina. Jack Nicklaus II is a varsity golfer for the Tar Heels. And I can hear my good colleague Ben Wright up in Nashville. He and Kitty are sitting there right now, and the British person is saying, "Go Tar Heels."
Oh, Bird.
It'll be first and goal from the 5.
I'd run the option play here.
You'd run the option play no matter where it was.
Well, I'd run here, especially. Outside. He wanted to.
He sure did.
He thought about it.
Cletus Jones got the head on.
I think North Carolina's expecting it, too. This is what the option play, how it begins. We might see it the next play. He's trying to read. That time he hands it off to the fullback. Watch the linebacker. See him moving. That Micah Moon was still with the quarterback, and that's why the quarterback carried the fake on out. Good replay there in Catalina.
Second down and goal from the 3. A second tight end has come in. Kelly Griffiths, number 95. Backs in the eye. Hits out. Allen breaks one tackle. Leads. It's Roosevelt Snipes. It was Snipes instead of Allen. But there's no indication of touchdown yet. Just short.
It is so difficult on the outside play. If you can get away from the interior and get outside, then your ratios get a little bit better for you. Now, all of a sudden, you can't take chances. Good block right there. It looked like Jamie Dukes made a good block. Excellent effort by either Bill Shepard on the linebacker that was part of the tackle.
That looked awfully close. Snipes again. No doubt this time. Touchdown, Florida State. Snipes is a sophomore from Sarasota. He's the oldest player on this football team. He's 23 years of age. Couple of daughters, and he gets his 5th touchdown on the ground this year to give the Seminoles a 20-0 lead. Here's the extra point by Phillip Hall. It's good.
Watch Rosie Snipes, considered just like a Dorsett-type runner, 4'5", equal to Allen in talent, turns body lean sideways, get the ball across the plane, touchdown. Here it comes again at you. You've got to be a linebacker. You've got to make a play. You've got to guess where he's going to jump, and that's what Micah Moon tries to do, but he's not there fast enough. And he's able to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Roosevelt Snipes, really a player of the future for Florida State.
The Seminoles have gone twice through the air for touchdowns, and now they take the fumble in for the score.
Introducing the new Honda Accord hatchback. We can't show you the power of its new engine. We can't show you the feel of its new contoured bucket seats. We can't show you the tightness of its new suspension. But you'll know it when you see it.
It'll never work.
We're testing whether Tegrin shampoo can keep baseball star Jim Palmer's dandruff under control for 3 days. Tegrin Shake, day 1.
Looking good, so far.
Tegrin Shake, day 2.
Tegrin's still working, but the game's not over.
Yeah. Tegrin Shake, day 3.
Incredible. Tegrin did it.
All right, yeah, it works,
From now on, I'm trusting Tegrin.
Try Tegrin. It works on dandruff.
Really works.
Between shampoos.
Premiering Wednesday, Empire, a firm dedicated to equal opportunity.
What kind of a woman do you think I am?
I have half a mind to give this to my wife.
Near the conclusion of the CBS Sports coverage of the 16th Annual Peach Bowl, Steve and I will be selecting a Chevrolet MVP from each of the teams. Chevy donates a $1,000 scholarship to the General Scholarship Fund of each school. The MVPs receive certificates from Chevrolet and acknowledging their outstanding performances. Barry Barco is on to kick off, and Tyrone Anthony and William Humes are deep. They have not been getting it toward the end zone that much this year, but this time they do. Sure enough, first time I start to say that. And it's going to be a touchback. The kicking game has been a problem for Bobby Bowden's Florida State team. That and their defensive unit, but today that defensive unit is shining. There are rumors of some changes to be made defensively in the coaching staff at Florida State.
Well, I think part of the problem is that Bobby would like, he says there's two styles of defense. You either line up and cover them, or then you start cheating and taking chances. And this year they've gotten in a situation where they've tried to cheat, and I think it's because they're trying to cover up some deficiencies they have. But he'd like to line up solid and play on his football.
Tailback gets the handoff. It's Ethan Horton, the 6'4 junior from Kannapolis, North Carolina. Now, this is a defensive unit that has given up 28 points a game, Florida State. They've only held one team under double figures all year. That was Louisville. And they're really playing with some spirit today. No huddle offense. Second down and 12. Jackson in the eye. Stankiewicz will roll out and wants to throw. Has a man open. Caught. Earl Winfield, a sophomore from Dinwiddie, Virginia, number 21. His 17th catch of the season, and it's good for a 17-yard gain.
Again, stretch your defense. Put pressure on them. Take them outside. Make them have to run. Get those linebackers out of the area. Let the backs run in behind. That time, Earl Winfield is split and able to break in behind the linebackers and make the catch.
First down and 10, North Carolina, trailing 21-zip here in the second quarter. Horton. Ken Rowe, number 38, and Alfonso Character, number 76.
I think that's been the reason in the first two quarters of this football game why North Carolina's really struggled is their first down efficiency. They have been very poor. They've been stuffed the last two first and 10s. That's a nice shot of the stance of Alfonso Character.
Second down, 8. 3 wide receivers at this time for North Carolina. Play fake, and Stankiewicz under some pressure gets rid of it. Caught at the 20-yard line by Ethan Horton. The tackle made by Ken Rowe. Horton, as we said, was a wishbone quarterback at 6'4", 220. Had 7 100-yard games this year. And he'll be back for another season. Stankiewicz will not be. This is his senior season. Thrown for 16 touchdowns so far this year. And despite playing as a starter only his senior season, has become the number 2 passer in Carolina history.
Well, their design's always been, at least during the Dick Crum years, they've been around an I-back, not the quarterback.
Blitz is coming. Stankiewicz overthrows it at the 30-yard line. Intended for Winfield. And well over his head as Tracy Ashley had good coverage.
Here's Alfonso Character, number 76 right here. Let's see if he gets handled this time. Well, that's interesting. That's Brian Blado's number 60. He makes a first contact. Then he just keeps fighting through, and there's a mass of bodies. North Carolina has the largest offensive line they've ever had in the history of the school.
They're 6'5", 267 as an average. And Blado's helps the average with 305. Here's the kick by Barnhart. Jesse Hester will let it bounce, and it gets a Tar Heel roll down near the 16-yard line. So Bobby Bowden's Seminoles get it back after that 44-yard punt. The hang time was only 3.1. Seminoles lead by 21.
The line. The line is low and long. The line is straight through a curve. The line is strong. The new line of Civics from Honda. The line is strong.
There's a time in life for the young to say, I want something else, a different way. The town's the same, the people too. School is over, need something to do. The services have it, it'll really show. You'll see new places, you'll really grow in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Challenge, adventure, excitement too, a time to enjoy and see something new. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. You'll work hard, feel really free, serving your country for all to see in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Be part of a team, be friends forever. A part of the services you won't forget ever. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. It's a great place to start.
Hi, I'm Eric Thomas, Florida State quarterback, and we're glad to be at the Peach Bowl, and all our Seminoles wish you a Happy New Year.
Man, if there is any doubt that he is from Valdosta, Georgia, it has just been erased.
He has really played an excellent first half. You know, again, as the starting quarterback, he's not put any pressure on himself. He's just gone and done his job. He's kept his head in the ball game and not tried to do too much. Sometimes you've got to kind of confirm your reason of being here and starting, and he's not done that. He's let the people that have played make the difference in the game.
Thomas so far has carried 5 times for 25 yards. He's completed 2 of 4 for 33 in his first 2 touchdowns of his career at Florida State. He actually played 1 game last year against Pittsburgh, but then went down with a knee injury, and they gave him a medical hardship in a redshirt season. The handoff up the middle, Greg Allen, the junior from Milton, Florida. Allen missed 3 games or parts thereof this year. Injured his knee in Tulane. That was the first loss of the season for Florida State. Put them on the skids with 3 losses in succession. But is healthy now. And showing a little bit of his talent. 68 yards on 9 carries so far. Second down and 2. Allen again. Oh, what a nice defensive play by Willie Harris. Number 30, the cornerback who came up to make the tackle.
You ask the coaches what runner that they have seen in college football over the last few years Greg Allen reminds them of, and it's Marcus Allen that played at University of Southern California. His demeanor on the field is much the same. Marcus Allen kind of casually went back to the huddle and did his job, and then went out slashing in his style. And he stands up, runs a little bit tall, at least from the pro scout's perspective, but he's a strong, solid running back, and will be certainly a contender for the '84 Heisman.
Florida State 3 out of 5 on third down conversions. They've got a 3rd and 2. Toss sweep left side. That's a first down plus a bunch as Allen continues to hurry forward near the 35-yard line. Florida State's last 5, they scored in the first 2 from long distance. Then their own 27 and their own 7 they were forced to punt. Then the fumble recovery by Sam Restivo at the 16, and the Seminoles scored 5 plays later. They lead at 21-0. We've got 2:33 to go in the first half. Vern Lundquist and Steve Davis here in chilly Atlanta, where the temperature is a balmy 27 degrees. Thomas to throw. Man is open. Caught by his tight end, Pete Panton. And that is only his 5th catch this year. Tom Wheeler was the starting tight end and was injured in practice late last week. And this sophomore from Laurel, Florida gets his 5th catch of the season.
I think you're seeing an excellent illustration of how offensive coaches and Bobby Bowden want to bring along slowly Eric Thomas. That's a safe, smart pass to throw to your tight end. You're not going to have a lot of pressure. He was a deep drop situation. Let him complete a few passes and gain some confidence. This game will mean a lot to him as he goes into spring practice next spring.
Second down and 1. Fullback, Cletus Jones. And that should be enough to move the chains as Brian Johnston, number 51, made the tackle. Take a look at William Fuller again.
Boy, I really like watching him. He's so quick and so dominating the player. That's what he does better than any. He gets off the blocker so quickly, uses that arm motion. Now, he didn't make the tackle, but the point is he sheds that blocker so quickly to get in a position to make the play. And that is what makes you a great defensive lineman. Pros will love him.
6'4", 250. First down and 10, Florida State. Slick little maneuver by Thomas. Flag is down. Thomas out of bounds. In the vicinity of the Florida State bench, and there's a flag over there. So we have one flag in the offensive backfield and another near the point of the tackle. Mid-American officiating crew, Mid-American Conference, led by Dr. Larry Glass.
Here's one of the penalties. Let's see what happens to young Eric Thomas as he's going out of bounds. I think Larry James, number 1, right there's Larry James. Yeah, Larry, that's unnecessary in college game. You don't need to do that. He's going out of bounds. Shove him, wrap him up, but don't hit him around the neck area. That's a flagrant violation, and he ought to be penalized.
They have a large screen for replays here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, and so perhaps you could hear the crowd respond. Bobby Bowden.
I think what Bobby's more concerned about anything is rattling the quarterback. He's playing well. He wants him to keep his confidence. Bobby's saying, "No, wait a second, guys. You know, just because Coach Crum coached in your league."
Isn't that personal foul?
He was a riot at the luncheon yesterday when they introduced the officiating crew. Bobby looked down at Dick Crum and he said, "Dick, coached at Miami of Ohio, right?" "Yeah, Mid-American Conference, right?" "Officials are from Mid-America." "Didn't want you to think it got by me."
Yep, I got it. Bobby is the character.
Look at him.
He's got that country boy demeanor. He said, "Oh, come on, guys."
He's trying to jawbone the officials into giving him a first down, and they're going to discuss the options here.
What was the first penalty? Was it a hold? Did they say? Bobby Bowden.
10 yards. 10 yards.
I tell you, very innovative coach. You know, he's had some interesting players. He had Wally Woodham at quarterback, Jimmy Jordan, and Rick Stockstill. And with each quarterback, Bobby's made the adjustments to fit the offense. He really has been an innovator where a lot of coaches just go with the particular style of offense, but Bobby's had that blend over the years of going with his strength and his abilities, and he's trying to get back to a situation where he can run the option, still go drop back, and have his kind of offense that he feels like is going to make a difference.
They will walk off the first penalty, and then I think, well, let's hear from Dr. Larry Glass.
Holding on the offense.
Now then, they'll pick it up and come the other way.
Second down. Second. Dead ball foul. Personal foul on the defense. Second down.
So Bobby didn't win his argument.
No, second down.
He did not get the first down.
How can it be? It was, I'm sorry.
Now Dr. Glass says it's still first down. And Thomas will throw in the face of a threat. Screen pass. Right side. Greg Allen. At the timeline where Larry James made the tackle with help from Micah Moon, number 39.
When you run the screenplay against North Carolina, you better make sure that it's on time because the down people of Fuller, Snipes, and Johnson are all very quick, so they react to that play very quickly. And so you've got to be able to throw it on cadence and on time, and that time it worked effectively.
Greg Allen now with 79 yards. Does Dick Crum have to come out of his game plan?
I think he's got to. I think he's got to start changing his approach a little bit. And one of the things that Florida State's not done that I'm surprised, they need to run the option play more against Carolina because Carolina's scheme is not strong enough to stop it. And I think that's one of the things that's going to have to happen for Florida State. North Carolina's, I think they've got to throw the ball down the field a little bit more and try to get them off the heat of the tailback. You know, there's so much pressure on the tailback right now.
They have brought the chain out and measured, and it's just short, so Florida State will have a second down. We've got 1:24 to go in the first half. 21-0 Florida State leads. My gracious.
What is?
Oh, heavens to Betsy.
You look like a mountaineer from West Virginia to me.
I hope that thing's still not alive. Here's Thomas to throw on second down. He wants it all. Man coverage for Weegie Thompson. Battle for the ball. Incomplete. Steve Hendrickson, number 5, doing a good defensive job.
Watch the concentration. Both players are making an effort towards the football. They both have a right to the ball. Watch this. Weegie 6'6", working on Hendrickson, who is only 6 foot. Good position, good effort by both players, clean play.
Hendrickson has 2 interceptions this season. Ouija Thompson, as we told you, made the switch from quarterback last year and then missed half the season with a broken leg. They compared him to Chris Collinsworth at Cincinnati. Here's Thomas on the rollout on 3rd down. He's got a lot of room. Flag is down. Thomas is also down inside the 30. But hold everything. There's a flag at the 42. Been a little sloppy here in the last couple of minutes. And that penalty will go against Florida State.
Florida State's putting a lot of pressures on the perimeter of North Carolina. Watch Bill Shepard, number 23. Watch him all the way. There he is. He's right. Number 23, Bill Shepard, the number 1 tackler. The play is coming to his side. He's keeping position, using the sidelines, breaks down. Missed the tackle. He was there. He's in position. Let him slide by.
His dad was a Marine for 25 years. It finished up his career at Camp Lejeune.
On the offense, 3rd down.
And it'll be 3rd down at the 47-yard line. Florida State scored twice on its first 2 possessions. Both touchdown catches from Eric Thomas to Ouija Thompson. 39 seconds to go in the half. Greg Allen, he's got the first. He's out of bounds to kill the clock at the 35. Larry James made the tackle. Divisional playoffs coming up to the NFC, the NFL today, and then the Detroit Lions and San Francisco 49ers tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern Time. Followed on Sunday by the LA Rams, fresh from their upset win over the Dallas Cowboys. They take on Joe Theismann and the Washington Redskins Sunday at noon Eastern. And don't the Redskins look strong? And didn't the Rams look strong on Monday? Here's Thomas to throw again. Intercepted? Yes. Larry James gets his first of the season. He's a junior from Middletown, Ohio. And that might give the Tar Heels a little spark just before halftime. Eric Thomas now 5 out of 9 for 59 yards and intercepted for the first time. Hiram Godwin, number 43, giving congratulations.
Eric Thomas, remember, came in, only had thrown 8 passes prior to today's game. This time, the receiver breaks the wrong way, and already Eric Thomas is in his throwing motion, and fortunately Larry James is there to make the catch.
Stan Cabbage across the middle, incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 19 seconds to go. There's Larry James.
He was a nose guard in high school, Vern. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
I didn't think you did. 5'10", 180 pounds.
You snuck that one in on me, didn't you?
Well, when you threw the Jack Nicklaus Jr. in,
Oh, I'm saving a couple for the second half.
I would think.
Second down and 10. Stan Cabbage back to throw. Mark Smith, incomplete. Should have had it. Ken Rowe, the linebacker, doing a little celebrating.
Watch 38, Ken Rowe, come into the picture. He's dropping. He was the strong side linebacker that play. Right there, he picks up the receiver. See? Picked up the receiver, saw him coming across, had his head moving on his shoulders, saw the receiver coming aside, went to the area.
13 seconds to go. Draw play. Left side, the fullback, James Jones. He is replacing Eddie Colson, who was suspended for this game for disciplinary reasons. And that is his first carry of the day, and the half ends. Bobby Bowden's got to be a very happy man. Dick Crum a little upset. The 1983 Peach Bowl is an exclusive presentation of CBS Sports. Our halftime score, Florida State 21, North Carolina nothing. We'll be back with our halftime activities after this word about an upcoming show on CBS and a message from your local station.
Friday.
They're going to turn Hazard into a waste
The
dump.
Dukes get high in a glider to get the goods on some toxic tomfoolery.
We gotta stop those dirty dumpers.
Friday.
This is CBS.
From the land of misty fjords and frozen peaks comes Nordic Wolf, the rare breed of light beer. Imported Nordic Wolf Light. Richer, more satisfying than ordinary light beers. Smoother, less filling than traditional imports. A rare combination of lightness and bold taste. Discover the Wolf, Nordic Wolf Light from Scandinavia. The rare breed of beer.
Hey, French fry lovers, are you missing the Taco Bell's new nachos? The crunch that comes from frying our chips up fresh, right at Taco Bell. And maybe you're missing the tanginess of our nacho sauce made with real cheddar cheese and the spiciness of jalapenos on the side. Then come on in for a side order of Taco Bell's new nachos and get every last bit of the taste and crunch you deserve.
When an emergency occurs, even at the remotest area, hospital service is available in minutes, thanks to Tallahassee Memorial Life Flight Helicopter. Specially trained paramedics stabilize even the most critical patients before transporting in the helicopter. Life Flight shortens transfer time by eliminating twisting roads and snarling traffic. Life Flight helicopter service operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Tallahassee Memorial Life Flight.
This is WCTV Channel 6.
50 years ago, Helen Keller challenged the Lions of the world to become Knights of the Blind. That's what the Peach Bowl is all about. All profits from this game go to the Lions Lighthouse for the Blind. The young men who play here and the universities they represent help us to help disadvantaged people with sight problems. The Lions Lighthouse, Atlanta's Peach Bowl. It's a great team effort.
The 16th Annual Peach Bowl is sponsored by Honda, makers of the new Civic hatchbacks. U.S. Armed Forces, it's a great place to start. And by Tegrin, the dandruff shampoo that keeps working day after day after day.
Halftime in the 16th Annual Peach Bowl here in Atlanta, where Florida State has jumped out to a 21-0 lead over North Carolina. They did so on a couple of passes from Eric Thomas to Weegie Thompson and a 1-yard run from Snipes. I don't know. I've been very impressed with this sophomore quarterback from Florida State.
Florida State's done an excellent job of being able to run their football game, doing exactly what they wanted to do. Even though they told us they could do something else, they've run the ball right down North Carolina's throat, and they've not been able to stop them.
North Carolina band is down on the field entertaining the crowd here at the 16th Annual Peach Bowl. Let's go down and have a listen. North Carolina marching band traveling to the Peach Bowl from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, just about 250 miles northeast of Atlanta. Chapel Hill, the southern part of heaven. Folks say that's just another name for the University of North Carolina.
The University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill links medical and other health science schools with healthcare providers in all towns of North Carolina through 9 area health education centers across the state. Knowledge from the classroom, library, and research laboratory daily strengthens the experience of physicians, nurses, dentists, pharmacists, allied health, and public health professionals in caring for all. The University of North Carolina and the area health education centers. Higher education for more meaningful public service.
Jesse Owens, Ohio State Track All-America, won 4 gold medals at the 36 Olympics, an inspiration to America's youth. Gerald Ford, football star at Michigan, he became the 38th President of the United States. These individuals typify the recipient of the Theodore Roosevelt Award, the NCAA's highest honor presented annually to a former outstanding student athlete. The preceding message provided by the NCAA.
You get up in the morning, your eyes
eyes irritated, mere slits. Now let your eyes wake up to Visine. Visine in the morning relieves, refreshes, soothes those irritated morning eyes. Visine with tetrahydrozoline gets the red out that sleep didn't.
That feels better.
For minor eye irritation, start your day with Visine to help your eyes feel and look great.
Morning.
Wake up to Visine. Visine gets the red out.
Now there's a remarkable new telephone system that has the capacity to grow as a town grows, no matter how much it grows. And its lifespan is virtually limitless. Because, you see, it has the extraordinary ability to incorporate new technological advancements as they come about.
G.
No, GTE.
The company that has sparked more engines than any other company in the world now has guaranteed performance for your import. Copper Plus, designed to improve the performance of just about every imported car sold in America. Copper Plus, guaranteed to perform better, or we'll give you your money back. Copper Plus, the easiest and simplest way to improve performance, because nothing sparks like a champion. Guaranteed.
Kleine GTI, du siehst prima aus. Ich liebe dich zu fahren.
In Germany, people who love high-performance driving drive a Volkswagen GTI more than anything else. Introducing the 1984 GTI. It's not a car, it's a Volkswagen.
Tonight on CBS Live Coast to Coast, it's two teams that love to go coast to coast. The Hoyas of Georgetown visit the Running Rebels of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. UNLV is led by Jeff Collins, a wingman who's leading the Running Rebels in scoring. A senior transfer from Arizona, Collins has been easing the pain created by the graduation of the star of last year's tournament team, Sidney Green. But Jerry Tarkanian has his Rebels running again, thanks in part to the play of his point guard, son Danny Tarkanian, among the leaders in the nation in assists. But Tark Sharks have a tough task tonight.
You know, Georgetown's not a one-man team. Patrick Ewing's a great player, but he's surrounded with some other great players. So, you know, it's not like you just have to stop one player.
There is one man that may just be unstoppable, Georgetown's junior center, Patrick Ewing. Ewing is the main thrust powering the Hoyas. Yet Patrick is not the only star on this team. The Hoyas are laden with talent. It's a team John Thompson enjoys coaching.
Let's go secondary break. If we don't have secondary break, let's go.
For John Thompson, there's something special about this team.
Totally separate from the won and loss. I think there's an intangible part of athletics where you just have a certain little feeling about your team. And I enjoy working with this group and get satisfaction out of the intangible things that happen in practice. But you also know now that we're coming down to the serious things.
Join Gary Bender and Billy Packer tonight, 11:30 Eastern, the Georgetown Hoyas versus the UNLV Rebels. Halftime in Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, the 16th annual Peach Bowl. Florida State jumping out to a 21-0 lead over North Carolina. They scored the first two times they had the ball, and then one touchdown after a fumble recovery in the second quarter. And down on the field, we've got the Marching Chiefs, the Florida State University Marching Chiefs, hailing from Florida's beautiful capital city of Tallahassee. Less than a 5-hour drive to the south. senior member of the State University system in Florida. Welcome to the Peach Bowl.
The Flying High Circus is among the unique activities for students at Florida State University. And as our men's and women's athletic teams, the nation's only all-collegiate circus attracts wide attention to Florida State. I'd like to give you another view of our university, located in Florida's beautiful capital city, Tallahassee. Florida State offers excellent opportunities for academic pursuit and service in our 15 schools and colleges. But it's the people who make Florida State the successful monument to learning that it is. Dedicated faculty and friends who contribute to our academic programs. Among the more recognizable names and faces are Nobel laureate P.A.M. Durack, former UN Secretary General Kurt Waldheim, and actor Burt Reynolds. The Florida State Seminole spirit, building excellence in athletics and academics, has spread throughout our students, faculty, alumni, and friends. We take special pride in belonging to a great university, Florida State University.
Coming up Monday on CBS Sports, the Cotton Bowl. Undefeated Texas takes on once-beaten Georgia. The second-ranked Longhorns will try to keep their dreams of a national title alive against Vince Dooley's tough Bulldog squad. We hope you join us Monday at 1:30 Eastern for what should be a very exciting Cotton Bowl game from Dallas here on CBS Sports. Who do you like in that one?
Well, of course, you've got to think about Texas because of the great defense. Of course, the question marks, who's the quarterback going to be for Texas? And Georgia's trying to retain some respect that they feel like they lost during the course of the season.
And they have shown, of course, that they can get it done without Herschel Walker. That's the Cotton Bowl coming up Monday on CBS Sports. We're at halftime of the Peach Bowl, and we'll be back in just a moment.
These buttermilk biscuits remind me of home. Why? Remember, whenever we'd have Kentucky Fried Chicken, Mom made biscuits for us?
Mom never made me biscuits. Chicken's real special. Hey, Mom never made me biscuits.
And the biscuits are made from scratch.
Yeah,
just like Mom.
Yeah, but see, Mom never made me biscuits.
Too bad. Too bad. Because it tasted just like these.
She never made me biscuits.
Kentucky Fried Chicken and biscuits made from scratch. What a match! They do chicken right.
When it comes time to kick up your heels, you want a beer that won't slow you down.
Turn it loose, turn it loose, turn it loose tonight. Coors Light, turn it loose tonight. Don't hold back, don't hold back. Turn it loose tonight. Coors Light. Beer after beer when you're moving around. Coors Light is the one that won't slow you down. Coors Light. Turn it loose tonight. Turn it loose, turn it loose.
What?
When you play telephone, if you can't hear everything, that's part of the game. But when you pay for calls, it's no fun. AT&T thinks that every long-distance call should sound as close as next door, and isn't that why you call?
Want to try it too?
Calling anywhere, anytime, long-distance operators over a century of commitment. That's AT&T. The more you hear, the better we sound.
Reach out and touch someone.
It's a 29-degree day in Atlanta, Georgia, but the Florida State Seminoles have heated things up considerably by jumping out to a rather unexpected 21-0 lead over the Tar Heels of North Carolina at halftime here in the 16th annual Peach Bowl from Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. I guess just the fact that they've run so well and their defensive unit for Florida State has done so well, Steve.
Florida State's done the right thing against North Carolina. They've taken away the big first down play. They've really made them be 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9 almost every time. That's the one key. I think North Carolina's got to come out of their shell. They're going to have to start doing some different things in the passing game to give the people that are running the football, Horton and Anthony, a chance, and that's not what happened.
It has been an overwhelming domination by Florida State in the first 30 minutes. As a matter of fact, their defensive unit, they've been so maligned, as we've said. They have held North Carolina to 2.7 yards per rush. And take a look at the total yards at halftime.
Again, this is totally out of character for North Carolina to be only 85 yards of total offense in the first half. They've not been able to run their game. They've based themselves on what they're able to do with their tailbacks.
And Eric Thomas has really been a big success for Florida State here in the first half.
It really has. Here was a play that was designed, looked like option, went over the top to Weegie Thompson for the first touchdown of the football game.
Second touchdown came at the end of the second drive, and it was a great pass by Thomas again to Weegie Thompson.
Again, great pressure on young Thomas, but he was able to get away from the defender and throw the ball up.
Then Roosevelt snipes for 1 yard after a fumble recovery, and that gave the Florida State Seminoles a 21-0 lead. Now, I'm curious if North Carolina has the kind of a come-from-behind team that can overcome a stat like this, 16 first downs to only 5 for the Tar Heels.
Well, I think they've got to think that they can. Dick Crum is a creative football coach. He's able to make adjustments at half. I think they've really got to get away. Here's another stat that's been a problem. They've just not had the football. They've gone 3 yards or 3 downs and punt, and you've got to get out of that cycle. You've got to have more success in the first down, and you've got to throw to give your people a chance to run the football.
Now, the Tar Heels will receive to open the third quarter of play. How significant is that first drive of quarter number 3?
Well, you start to hopefully establish what you're doing and get some confidence and get a drive going, and that's what they're trying to do, trying to establish.
We're at halftime. It's 21-0. Florida State has the lead over North Carolina. And the Tar Heels are reappearing. They are the first team back at halftime, trailing by 21-0 score. The second half is coming up, and another great year in television sports coverage is coming up on CBS Sports. In 1984, just follow the magic.
Here comes the magic, and all you gotta do is follow the rainbow on CBS Sports.
Here comes the magic on CBS Sports. Coming up, it's number 2 ranked Texas against Georgia in the Cotton Bowl. Strength and pride turn to magic in the NFC Championship. Super Sunday starts with NCAA basketball as Houston and Kentucky meet. Then, it's the biggest event of them all. It's Super Bowl 18. Looking ahead, you're in the driver's seat at the all-American spectacle of the Daytona 500. Follow the magic of the PGA Tour, including the prestigious Tournament Players Championship. A season of collegiate action awaits, and it all leads to the Final Four and the NCAA Basketball Championship. The rainbow unfolds in rare beauty for the World Figure Skating Championship. Witness the singular thrill of those special few who wear the green jacket of the Masters. Continue the Odyssey when some of the best athletes in the world compete in the NBA World Championship. See the brute strength and exquisite beauty of the thoroughbred at the Belmont Stakes. The extraordinary finesse that makes a winner at the U.S. Open Tennis Championships. Watch the magic before your very eyes.
All you gotta do is follow